Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss diode application in which the most important application is rectifier. Okay. So rectifier is a circuit which converts a pure AC into a pulsating DC. Pulsating DC. So based upon the rectification operated in power, those are classified into high voltage rectifier and low voltage rectifiers. Okay, so this classification based on the operating voltages. Okay, mainly low voltage applications used in analog electronics. Analog electronics. So in analog electronics we use the element called diode. Okay, diode rectifies. Okay. Whereas in high voltage applications, it is basically used in power electronics applications. Power electronics application. Here we are using a thyristor as a device. Thyristor used as a device to convert the AC to DC converter rectification process. Okay. This classification based upon the operating voltage. One more classification is based upon the principle of operation. Those are principle of operation. Principle of operation. They are half wave rectifier, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. Okay. In full wave rectifier also there are furthermore two rectifiers classified based upon their construction. They are full wave rectifier with a center taper, full wave rectifier with center taper transformer, center taper transformer, and one more is bridge rectifier. Bridge rectifier. So why it is bridge rectifier? The diodes arranged in the manner as like bridge. So that arrangement is called as a bridge rectifier. So in order to understand the rectification process, so what is the purpose to rectification? The signal into AC to DC. So this is the main purpose. This is the black diagram which explains the rectification. Okay. So here it is household supply, that is 230 volts and 50 hertz AC. Okay. So this is transformed to the transformer which transfers the power from one circuit to another circuit with different voltage or current levels. Okay. So here we are getting AC as an input. So this pure AC converted into a pulsating DC. Pure wave C is look like as this waveform. A pulsating DC means it is having some ripples. It is a full wave rectifier output. For understanding purpose I am drawn. So it is a pulsating DC. Pulsating DC. So it's having some harmonics and the ripples that will eliminate with the help of filter. Okay, harmonics eliminated with the help of filter. What is desirable output? Actually, we require a pure DC. This is the a pure DC. So the output does not change. The voltage levels or current levels does not change with respect to time. That is a pure DC. But we are getting after rectification is as pulsating DC. So in order to eliminate the unwanted components, we are using a filters. Okay. So after eliminating the harmonics and ripple content, ripple means the presence of AC in the DC. Okay. So after eliminating the ripple, we have some ripple content in the DC. So in order to regulate, we are using a regulator circuit. We will get a regulated DC output as like this. Okay. So rectification is a circuit that converts, basically that converts a AC voltage of a main supply into a pulsating DC. So this is the AC input. So we are converting a pulsating DC. If we consider off-wave rectifier, output as like this. If you consider a full wave rectifier, the output as like this. Okay. So based upon the principal operation, in first slide we discussed they are classified into off-wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier, we are using a center tapped transformer. So that is called a center tapped rectifier. So in full wave rectifier, the diodes arranged in a bridge manner. So that is called bridge rectifier. So now we discussed about the half-wave rectifier operation. What is meant by principle of operation? How it works. Okay. So this is a transformer. To understand this circuit arrangement, the half-wave rectifier is named as because of we are getting a half wave in the output. Okay. It is the omega t axis. It is 0, pi, and 2 pi, and 3 pi. This is the output voltage. I am giving AC as the input voltage, okay, pi, 2 pi, and 3 pi. Okay, this is the maximum value of the voltage. So here it is AC supply, a single phase AC supply having the 230 volts and 50 Hertz. So this is the transformer, the step up or step down transformer. So this is output voltage of the transformer. If we are giving a input voltage is E1, this is E2, or if we consider it is EP, or it is you will get as a ECS. So input voltage writing as Vs or Es, the secondary voltage of the transformer is E secondary side of the magnitude is maximum. It changes with respect to sine omega t. So diode, this is the anode of the diode, this is the cathode of the diode, and the resistor to observe the load voltage or load current. The voltage across the load resistance is E DC. Okay, the current flowing through the load, that is, this current is flowing through the load, that is treated as IL. Okay. So here it is. During positive off cycle of the input, the diode act as a short circuit because it is operate under forward bias. From 0 to pi, for understanding purpose, I'm writing in steps manner. In case 1, up to 0 less than omega t as a less than pi. During this case, the diode positive is connected to the transformer positive and negative is connected to the cathode, so that the diode is operating forward bias. So it is like a short circuited. Okay, it offers negligible resistance. So whatever the amount voltage appeared in the transformer secondary, that will appear across the load. So that in this case, VDC is same as the V input or V source voltage. Okay. In the second case, we can clearly see the first case. In the first case, the whatever the amount voltage is applied in the first half cycle, that is applied in the output. In the second case, I'm considering a pi omega less than 2 pi. I'm considering between pi to 2 pi cycle. This is negative half cycle. During negative half cycle, the anode is connected to the negative and cathode is connected to positive. In this case, the diode act like a reverse bias condition. It acts like a open circuit. Open circuit means it is open. So in this case, there is no current flow through the circuit. So whatever the amount of the voltage is applied across the diode only, not at the load side. So in this case, the V output or EDC is equal to 0. So we can clearly observe that in the waveform, there is no voltage applied in the output. So omega is the angular frequency, which is written 2 pi f. F is the supply frequency. So this is the operation during forward bias. This is like a short circuit. So whatever the amount of the voltage is applied in the supply, that is applied in the output. In the during off cycle, the anode is connected to negative, cathode is connected to positive. So VDC is equal to 0. There is no voltage applied in the during negative half cycle. So I'm merging entire the waveforms to understand this the principle of waveform operation of a rectifier. So during forward bias condition, during positive cycle, diode is on. So in this case, the load current is flow because it is short circuit. The current will flow. Whatever the amount of the current is flowing in the source side, that will flow to the load. The load voltage is also we will get as same as the source voltage. So in this case means during in the positive half cycle, the diode is act like a short circuit. So there is no voltage appear across the diode. Whereas in the negative half cycle, there is no the diode act like a open circuit. So there is no current flow. Current is 0 means there is no voltage across load. Load voltage is equal to 0. So we can clearly observe the load voltage and load current is 0. Whereas the voltage across the diode is whatever the amount applied in the secondary of the transformer that will appear across the diode. Okay. So we can clear the negative off cycle is appeared across the diode. So it can treated as the peak inverse voltage. The voltage appeared across the diode in the reverse bias condition treated as a peak inverse voltage. So during negative off cycle it is off, during positive off cycle it is on. So to understand performance of any rectifier, we need to derive some factors. So in which the process, we need to know the average DC load current. Why? Because here we are getting a pulsating DC. So we can calculate the average value as a factor. Okay. So mathematically, current waveform can be described as IL, load current is equal to IM into sin omega t. So during positive cycle, we will get, and during negative cycle, load current is zero because of the reverse bias of the diode. So Im is the peak value of the load current. So we all know that the formula to find out the DC or average DC load current is IDC is equal to 1 upon time period from where to where it is n and the function and derivative factor. Similar, I am writing this is the IL and d omega t. So 1 upon 2 pi 0 to 2 pi Im into sin omega t into d omega t. So and integrating sin omega t is equal to minus cos omega t. So I'm substituting 0 to 2 pi. We will get finally IDC is equal to Im upon pi. This is the average value for the half wave rectifier. This is very important to solve the numerical problems. So Im is equal to Im is the peak value of the load current. So I'm considering a secondary side of the transformer. So this is a secondary side, the during positive cycle. The current flowing through the network is IL. This is the RS, the resistance of the secondary, and the RF. This is the resistance offered by the diode. This is the load resistance. So we need to know Im is equal to ISM upon RF plus RL plus RS. Okay. So what do you mean by average DC voltage? So whatever the amount is appeared across the load is the DC voltage. It is denoted EDC. E suffix DC. Okay. So EDC is equal to the current into resistance. So we all determined in previous slide IDC is equal to Im upon pi for the half wave rectifier. So instead of Im, I am replacing ESM upon RF plus RL plus RS into pi into RL. This is the average DC voltage we will get in the half wave rectifier. Okay. So the resistance offered by the diode is very low. The resistance offered by the secondary of the transformer also low. So in this case, we will neglect the entire denominator factor. We can write as EDC, the average DC voltage as ESM, secondary voltage of the peak upon pi. So this is the EDC. So RMS load current. What is meant by RMS value? Root mean square value. Okay. So IRMS is found as like this. So square root of 1 upon 2 pi integrate 0 to pi. Why? Because I am considering 0 to pi as a limit. This is 2 pi. This is total time period. But the output we are getting only 0 to pi in the half wave rectifier. So that's why 0 to pi Im into sin omega t whole square into d omega t. So on simplifying this equation, we will get IRMS as Im upon 2. This is also very important. IDC is in the off rectifier is equal to Im upon pi, whereas the RMS value of the current in the off rectifier is Im upon 2. These two are very important currents to analyze the rectifier efficiency and ripple factor. So RMS load current. So that is similar manner RMS DC current and DC voltage. So am writing directly EL RMS is equal to ESM upon 2. So DC power delivered to the load. See, in the rectifier process, we are delivering a DC power. So what the amount of the DC power delivered in the off rectifier? So from this equation, we can calculate power is equal to voltage into current, either I square into resistance. The DC amount of power is equal to, we already calculated IDC is equal to Im upon pi. I am substituting this equation, we will simplify to get the DC power in the load. So P DC is equal to Im square upon pi square into RL. So actually we are giving a AC input, AC power from the transformer of the secondary. So what is the amount of power we are giving the secondary power? So this factor also help to find out the rectification efficiency. The power taken from the secondary of the transformer is the power supplied to the three resistors. What are the resistors? Load resistance, diode resistance, and winding resistance. So PAC is equal to power is equal to current into resistance, current square into resistance. So same as like this equation written I RMS square into RL plus RF plus RS. So we calculated in the previous slide the RMS current is equal to peak value of the current upon 2 for the off-field rectifier. I am substituting this equation, we will get the AC power given from the transformer of the secondary. Okay. So rectification efficiency. So what's the purpose? So actually we are giving AC as the input. AC as input. We are getting DC as a output. Pulsating DC as a output. This is output. This is input. So to know the efficiency, we are verifying this equation. So efficiency is equal to DC output power upon AC input. So here we are giving AC as an input, DC as the output. This output upon input. This gives the efficiency of any rectifier. So PDC upon PAC. So what means ripple factor? It tells about the what amount of AC present in the DC of the output of the rectifier. So ripple factor is defined as RMS value of the AC component of the output upon average or DC component of the output. This equation also very important. So rectifier efficiency, it tells about the total of the input AC that convert into a useful DC power. So we calculated DC power, that is Im upon square pi square into RL upon AC power as calculated in previous slide Im square upon 4 into RF plus RL plus RS. So on simplifying this equation, we will get 4 pi square upon RL plus RL plus RS. So here it is, RF is also very low, RL is also low, RS, the winding resistance also is negligible in terms of RL plus RS upon RF we consider. So neglecting all the negligible terms, we will get as efficiency as 40.6 percentage. So this is calculated from the equation 4 pi 4 upon pi square.